Hello, everybody! Hello! I hope you can hear me this time. I just realised I did the whole video and I was muted. Oh, what are the chances? Hello, everybody! Welcome to the Shed School! Woohoo! Hope you're doing well. I thought I'd just pop on here today to say hello. And I just wonder how you guys were getting on at home. Parents, teachers, children. How's it all going? Homeschooling? Yeah, I'm not going to lie, it's hard, isn't it? It's tricky. I've had quite a hard week, hard day, lots of work and lots of screen time. I think that's what I'm finding really difficult. It's so amazing seeing all the children, but it's just so much screen time. It is zapping my brain. Fantastic, you can all hear me now. That is excellent, I'm so glad. Super, so I just want to pop on here today because lots of parents, you guys at home, you homeschoolers, you have been asking me about reading and getting your children reading and what to do and what not to do at home. Well, I thought I'd share some tips with you today just to kind of give you guys a bit of guidance, a bit of help as much as I possibly can. All these tips today come from the fantastic Pearson website, pearson.com, and do check them out. They're fantastic educators, got loads of information up on there about reading and helping with kind of early learning, as well as lots of literature as well. They are awesome, so do check them out. So these guys have got 10 top tips for you. I'm going to share them with you today because I must say I agree with every single one of these tips, and I've also added a few bits myself as well. So reading, it's hard getting kids reading. I know what I was like as a kid. I did not like reading at all. I'm severely dyslexic. I don't enjoy sitting down and reading a book. I know my wife and lots of people enjoy sitting down and just getting involved in a book. I am not one of those people. I find it very difficult. But I must say, when I found something I enjoyed, or when I do find something I enjoy, I can't put it down. So there is a light at the end of every single tunnel, even mine. So here's some top tips for you guys at home that might help. I hope they do. So reading should be fun. Number one, make books part of your family life. Have books available in your home. Have them around. Cookbooks in the kitchen. TV guides in the living room. Dining magazines in the dining room. I don't know. But have those books around so the children pick them up and just have a look at them. Just become familiar with them. They should be part of your life. Those books, just having them around. I know we live in a world now where we do a lot of reading on devices, on phones, on iPads, on computers. But having a physical book around for children just to browse through is so important. So do make sure you've got books in your home and make them part of your daily family routine. So that brings me nicely on to number two. Build them into your routine. So build reading into your routine at home. So read with your children of an evening if you can. I know we are busy, goodness me, I know we're busy, but having a little bit of time just to hear them read every day, you would be amazed at how much progression they will make just by you listening to them read every day. Just a few bits, just a little bit. There over time, if you think about that as hours and minutes and adding up, it's a huge amount of time over a year, and it will really help your child develop and flourish. Flourish? That's not a word. See, I should read more. But build it into your life and make sure, like I said, build it into your routine. Bedtimes. Have those if you can. Like I know it, and like I said, I know it is difficult. I don't want to preach to anyone. I know everybody's life is difficult, and I know lockdown is definitely very hard. But things like having a structure for when we go to bed. Right, we clean our teeth. We have a bath. We clean our teeth. Then we read a story together. Having a book read to someone, so important. Even if they don't get what some of the words are, it's giving them exposure to literature, which is so important. Things like reading the back of DVDs, reading pizza menus. Even if you are reading it out loud to them, give them the exposure to it. Show them that you are reading this bit. It's simple things that you don't even think of because we take it for granted. We can just read, we just do it. But by showing them that I am reading this, it gives them, oh, okay, I can see how you're reading it. Therefore, it's encouraging them. And you never know, some of those words are going to sink in. They're going to sink in. So that's number two. Number three, Read about something they are interested in. Now, I know my mum used to pull her hair out trying to get me to read because I just wasn't interested. I wasn't interested in anything that was put in front of me. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't want to read it. Or if I did, it was like little bits and here and there and everywhere. It wasn't enough to kind of to be a whole book. But if you can find something they enjoy, get them those books. I can't stress it enough. Get them those books for them to read those. Your school will probably send home books like Biff and Chip. Biff and Chip, the Oxford Reading Tree, fantastic range of books. They all go up as the difficulties go up. Fantastic books. Collins do a huge range of books. I think there's our Big Cat Letters and Sounds, if I remember rightly. They're fantastic. Project X, their awesome collection of books. What other ones? Pearson Bug Club. We have Dandelion Reader, which is more like the phonics things. Anything they enjoy, get them on those ones. I can't stress it enough. If you find a book that they enjoy, particularly the characters. There's one with my memory's so bad. The one where there's two cats and it's some jelly and custard. Jelly and custard, I think they're called. Jelly and custard, probably not. It's probably something else. But they're awesome. Some kids just really love the cat books, and with that, then it follows them through. They go, oh, I want to read that one. Then they want to read the next one. Then they want to read the next one. The amount of boys and girls who love Project X in my class, because they just love those stories, they love the pictures, and suddenly they've got a favourite book. I really like the theme of those books they go through. As they get a bit older, they get things like Beast Quest and lots of the other books that are kind of that age group of Key Stage 2 learning. Again, get them the set. If they like a Goosebumps, get them a Goosebumps. Show me age. But it's having those books that they go, right, I really enjoy that, I want to know more. And you tend to find that the characters continue. So, I can't stress that enough. Get them something that they are interested in, or encourage them to read something they're interested in. Also, if they are interested in things like Minecraft or Lego or, I don't know, unicorns or anything, try and have a look to find books about that subject. Even if it's something that you just read to them. If they are interested in it, that is half the battle. They are going to naturally want to learn more about it. It's just how it works. Like, I really love music and I really love different bands, and that's just something that I really quite enjoy doing in my spare time, is researching bands. But what I found recently is I'm watching documentaries and going, oh god, it's doing my eyes in. But what I found is actually, if I look at their lyrics and actually read their lyrics through, it tells me so much more about that song than if I just watch a documentary. Yeah, you see? Yeah. So find the interest in what they are interested in. Does that make sense? You know what I mean. Awesome. So that's number 3. Number 4. Reading is good, and I must clarify, this is all reading is good. So, for an example, if you go out on your walk today, your hour of exercise, if we're still doing that, an hour of exercise, and you walk to the park with your children, point out the words that surround them in the street. So point out the words on boards, on the traffic boards. Not traffic boards, what am I saying? You know the boards, those boards. Giving you directions. Paper in shop windows, giving you information. Any notice boards that you might have. I know there's one in our little square, there's a little notice board with lots of things in. Take a second. Just stop and have a read of them. Allow your child, I know your child's probably all running all over the place and going crazy, but getting them exposed to those words is so important. And highlighting it to them. Getting them to read the road signs around you. Getting them to read the leaflet that's fallen through the door. Get them to read the stuff for you. By encouraging them to do it, they're going to want to do it. They're going to want to do it, trust me. So, that's number 4. Number 5, get comfortable. Now, this one's awesome, and I really totally agree with this. Reading should be done in somewhere that's really exciting, really lovely and warm and nice and cozy. If you try and sit down with your child and you're trying to read at a dining room table that's a bit cold and it's in the conservatory and you sat there and it's got a hard back on and it's going to give you a sore bottom after about 2 seconds, don't bother. There's no point, because they're going to be as interested as you are. Get yourself in a comfortable place. Get a duvet. Wrap yourself up. Get some bean bags. Pile up a load of bean bags. Make a den underneath the table. Give them somewhere that's going to be comfortable, that you guys can get immersed in a story together. Take them to another world by reading together in a place that's enjoyable, a place that's fun. Also, give them a place that they can go to where they can enjoy a story. What do I mean by this? Well, I mean somewhere in their bedroom that is just for them. There's a beanbag, there's a bit of a little mini tent that's got a few books in that they can go to on their own and pick up a book. If you do it enough and you're playing and you're in a cozy little environment and you're reading stories together, they will naturally want to do that by themselves. If they're enjoying it, they're going to want to do it. It doesn't have to be a stress thing. It doesn't have to be a pressure thing of going, right, come on, in the den, we're going to do some reading. Enjoy it. Enjoy the time. If not, if your child's going, no, I don't want to do this, okay, cool, we'll come back to it later. It's not a problem. It's having something that's cozy and fun and enjoyable. Put some music on, put some chill out time on, dim the lights, make it enjoyable for both you and your child. Don't make it stressful. Try not to make it stressful for you particularly. Never worth it, never worth it. Thanks, Jenny, thank you, very kind. That's number 5. Number 6, when you're reading, whether you're reading with them or whether you're reading to them, ask them questions. So what do I mean? Well, ask them about the story. What have they just heard? What's just happened to that character? Hey, where is this setting? Oh, I wonder what's going to happen next. What do you think might happen next? By asking these questions gets them to think about the text that you've just read. Obviously, one, it double checks to check if they're listening, which is always a good sign to say if they're listening or not. But it's also getting them to use their working memory. It's getting them to think about the words that they've just heard or the words that they've just read, and then pull them back out again. The working memory works the best when things go in and things go back out relatively quickly. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. And that is how we draw the information back in. We question. We put things in and we question it back out. Thanks, Sarah. Thank you. But that's exactly it. It's putting things in to draw back out again. So ask them those questions. It can be annoying. I know what it's like. You go, oh, I've got to ask a question. I've got to ask this question in. I've got to ask another question. But it's getting them to think about it. It's getting them to think, right, what has just happened to the character? What could happen to the character? Why has that happened to the character? And what else is going on? Even if it's something as simple as what colour is the character's hat? Or where are they? Something simple. But at least they're thinking about the story and engaged in what's going on. That's the key. Keeping them involved in the story and getting them to withdraw that information back out their working memory. So ask those questions. Number 7, read whenever you get the chance. I know I am a massive culprit of this one. I spend a lot of time on my phone, I spend a lot of time on my computer. I don't read that much. I don't have children at home, admittedly, but I should read more of things actually out loud. It is good to read out loud. It's good to hear your voice. It's good to hear those things. Do that for your kids. Read out things at home if you can. Things like, like I said, like menus or anything you might find. Cookbooks. If you're making a cake, read those ingredients out loud. If you're, I don't know, even if you're scrolling through Facebook and you can read out somebody's status, obviously mind what it says on there, but you know what I mean. It's getting them exposed. It's reading whenever you get a chance. Have a book, have a magazine with you at any time your child has to wait. Particularly things like the doctor's surgery, or if you've got to go to, if you're waiting for something, if you're waiting for one of your live lessons to start at school maybe, have a book there. Have something that you can read through with them there, so they're just getting exposure to these words. It's like giving them little tasters, little bits of kind of, oh, what's that? Oh, another one. Oh, okay, all right. Before you know it, they will be using those words every day. They'll be talking those words, and before you know it, then they're going to start wanting to use those words in their writing because it becomes second nature. If you said magnificent enough at home, I guarantee you, if you said write a story, they would put the word magnificent in it. I guarantee you, because that is exactly what happens. Children absorb that information and they are like little sponges. Give them that word, give them those words, just give them those little tasters, those little kind of bits of information, those little kind of little paragraphs or little facts or little just little phrases that they can go, oh yeah, okay, I'll take that in. Have you ever noticed the way that they repeat some things and it sounds a bit adult for them? That's them absorbing what you're saying. Okay, so give them stuff that they can absorb that's going to benefit them when it comes to reading. That was number 7. Number 8, read favourites again and again. Now, mums and dads, I know this can be boring, this can be very repetitive. I totally get this. But do read those favourite books over and over again, because they're the ones that stick in their heads. If they enjoy it, and it boils down to that interesting, if they're enjoying it, keep going with it. They are going to love it. If they enjoy that certain poem about the sandwich, then keep telling them that certain poem about the sandwich. Because if they're enjoying it, that's half the battle. If they're not enjoying it, then find something they will enjoy. Okay? So encourage a child to reread the books and poems they love. Rereading helps to build fluency and confidence. I think that's ultimately it. It's building that confidence, building that fluidity. Number 9, enjoy bedtime stories. So read with your kids at bedtime as often as you can. Now, I know it's difficult in lockdown. This is a very difficult time for everybody. But it is a great way to end the day and spend some valuable time with your kids. Do schedule it in if you can. Ideally, daily. Get them in that routine of getting them listening to a story. If you've got work to do, get audiobooks. There are tons and tons of audiobooks that children can listen to before they go to bed. 10 minutes of an audiobook. Bang. Perfect. You can still do your busy jobs, but they are listening to a story being read. Obviously, ideally it'd be best if you read it, but I know what things are like. I know things are tough. That's number 9. And number 10, make the most of rhyme and repetition. Rhyme and repetition is so important when it comes to reading. Books and poems with rhymes and repeated words and phrases are great for getting your kids to join in and remember the words. Do you ever notice that your children can learn the words to songs so much better than they can when they come boiling down to reading? They can learn a song like that. It's because of the repetition. It's because of the rhythm that's involved. Expose them to poems. The rhythm of poems or the rhythm of words really do settle in and help us remember. There's so many little rhymes and things that are stuck in my head. Big elephants can't always understand small elephants. It's just in there because it's a rhyme. It's just one of those things. So expose them to those rhymes, expose them to those phrases and those words, and they are going to flourish. They really are. Fantastic. Thanks for joining me today, guys. Thank you. I thought I'd share that with you all because lots of you Shed School mums and dads have been asking about reading at home. Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you all next Monday at 1 o'clock for our next Key Stage 1, Key Stage 2 creative writing lesson in the shed. It's going to be lesson 3. I can't wait to see you all again. Do let me know if you'd like to know any more tips or hints about homeschooling, about teaching children. Do let me know if there's any topics you'd like me to touch upon next time. Drop me an email, info@theshedschool.co.uk, or drop me a message on Facebook. We're on Instagram or Twitter. And don't forget to click that subscribe button on YouTube. Don't forget. And you can subscribe on Facebook as well, but you know that already. Awesome sauce. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wicked rest of the week. We're nearly at Friday. Don't panic, guys. We're nearly there. And I will see you all next week. Oh, and also don't forget, all of our on-demand lessons are up on YouTube now. So if you would like to pick up on any of the lessons that I have taught from the Shed School, do have a little look on our YouTube page. They're all on demand. They're all there for you. I will see you all again very soon. Look after yourself. Stay creative. Stay safe. And I'll see you very soon. Bye, everybody. See you later. Bye.